Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. If you've been doing everything right, you've been eating clean, working out, cutting sugar, managing your calories, and this weight still won't come off, I want to talk directly to you today because the truth is, for so many people, especially women, weight loss resistance is not about laziness. It's not lack of willpower or needing to try harder. It's usually a sign that your body is in protection mode. And once we start to understand that the weight can be a defense mechanism, not a failure, everything starts to shift. So including the way that we approach healing and weight loss. In this video, I'm going to be explaining why your body might be holding on to weight as a way of keeping you safe, and how conventional weight loss advice often misses the bigger picture, and how functional lab testing can give you the answers that you've been searching for, so that you can finally release that weight naturally and sustainably. So let's start with something that might surprise you, and that is that weight gain, or the inability to lose weight, is often a sign that your body is trying to protect you. So here's what I mean by that. So your body is wired for survival. So it doesn't know that the difference between emotional stress, blood sugar crashes, toxic exposure, or even unresolved trauma. It only knows whether you're in a state of safety or danger. And when your body perceives danger, it shifts into survival mode, also known as that fight or flight. So in this state, your brain tells your metabolism to slow down, and your body starts to store fat instead of burning it, and your nervous system tightens up, bracing for impact. So you might be eating perfectly and you might be pushing through workouts, but if your body still believes that it's not safe to let go, it won't. This protective response shows up as slowed metabolism, hormone imbalances, cravings, fatigue, and poor recovery, emotional dysregulation, and even increased pain. And what's really tricky about this is that you can't out diet or out exercise your nervous system. This is why the old eat less, move more advice just doesn't cut it anymore, because it assumes that weight gain is simply about calories, and it isn't. It's about communication, and your body is trying to tell you that something is off and something deeper is dysregulated. So what I see most often in practice is people coming to me after trying everything. That's intermittent fasting, keto, HIIT workouts, detoxes, and they are exhausted. They're not losing the weight, and worse, they're starting to feel like there's something wrong with them. But nothing is wrong with you. Your body is really wise, it's protective, and it's doing exactly what it believes it needs to do in order to keep you alive. The real question we need to ask is, why does your body feel unsafe to release the weight? And that's where functional labs come in. Okay, so instead of questioning what's going on, functional labs gives us the real usable data. They show us what your body is trying to say so that we can stop guessing and start addressing the actual root cause. So these are the 3 labs that I consider foundational in every healing journey, especially when weight loss resistance is involved. So the very first lab that I like to run is the comprehensive blood panel. And I don't mean just the standard TSH and CBC. I mean deep dive into your nutrient status, blood sugar balance, liver function, thyroid health, inflammation markers, and more. You would be absolutely shocked how many people come to me with normal lab results, but when we run the functional blood work, we find underlying issues like the subclinical thyroid function, where the TSH might be in range, but the free T3 is too low to support metabolism. Sometimes it'll be elevated insulin, even with normal fasting glucose, which blocks fat loss. Liver congestion or elevated inflammatory markers, low iron or B12, which directly impact energy and metabolic function. This test gives us the foundation, understanding how your systems are functioning and where the blocks might be so that it would be slowing down the metabolism. The second test is the organic acids test, also known as the OAT. This is a urine test that looks at your biochemistry at a cellular level. And this is where we often find why behind the fatigue, the cravings, the inflammation, the brain fog, that all contribute to weight gain. So it's also going to be telling us things like how well your mitochondria are producing energy, because if your cells aren't making energy, your body won't burn fat efficiently. Whether you're depleted in B vitamins, carnitine, CoQ10, all crucial for fat metabolism. If there's hidden gut dysbiosis or candida, which can drive inflammation and insulin resistance, or if your detox pathways are backed up, which may cause your body to hold on to fat as a buffer for toxins. This test also reveals what diet alone can't fix, because when your body is overburdened or undernourished at a cellular level, it will cling to weight as a protective measure. The third is genetic testing. So not in the doom and gloom of your DNA kind of way, but in the way that helps us to understand how your body is wired to function. So we'd be looking at genes like the MTHFR, which impacts your methylation and detox capacity. We're looking at the COMT, the MAOA, the DBH, which are influencing your body's breakdown of stress, hormones, dopamine, which affect appetite, cravings, and focus. We're looking at the PEMT, the CBS, and others which affect bile, sulfur metabolism, and the ability ability to move toxins out of the body. These insights help us to personalize your health plan so that you're not pushing your body in the wrong direction. So for example, with somebody with COMT or MAOA variants, they might be sensitive to stimulants or certain B vitamins. Someone with a CBS mutation may struggle with high sulfur foods or detox protocols. This kind of testing allows us to work with your body, not against it, and that changes absolutely everything. So now at this point, you might be thinking, should I just run a hormone test like the Dutch? And the answer is not right away, and there's why. So here's why hormone imbalances are usually a symptom, not the root cause. Yes, estrogen dominance, low progesterone, or high cortisol can absolutely make weight loss difficult, but if we jump to hormone testing without stabilizing blood sugar, reducing inflammation, and supporting detox and mitochondria functions, then we're missing the foundation. That's why I always recommend running the Dutch test after we've supported the basics. That's usually about a month or two into the process to see what's left to fine tune. Sometimes the hormones end up balancing themselves out just by fixing the foundation. So if you're stuck in a cycle of frustration, you're feeling like your body is fighting against you, I want you to know that you are not alone and you are not broken. Your body is very, very wise and it's been protecting you. And once it feels supported, once it feels safe, it will let go. And you don't need to keep guessing. You don't need to keep punishing yourself with restrictive diets or more intense workouts. What you need to do is you just need the right information, the right support, and a plan that honors your body's needs. So if you are ready to take the next step to get real answers, I offer a free health assessment to help you figure out if this approach is a good fit for your journey. You can book your free health assessment. I will link the link into the description box, and I hope to hear from you soon.